bit of disabling. And it was just very bizarre how things were lining up. And then my coworker actually so they started dating in, I think, seven. And they got back together on 12/2. His incident was on 2/12, and it wasn't reported on until a week later. His birthday is the 218th day of the year. Normally, on a leap year like 2016, when it happened, it's the 219th day of the year. And I feel like 219 comes up with, I think, these kind of ritual things, but I can't remember what the exact connection was. I know three. Am I thinking three? Yeah, 319 definitely comes up, but I think 219 might as well. But I don't know if you've come across 219 at all, Derek.
Occasionally, yeah, it happens. I do recognize it as it means something, is I guess what I'm getting at, but I haven't really figured out much about it.
Yeah, it's just so weird how there's almost, it's where does the organic start and the intentional end? Like that's it. You start wondering that, and is it that maybe even just doing some of these more occult rituals, these more taboo things that people don't talk about, these weird experimentations, if using that aspect of it then makes the number stuff sync up in a way, like is there like another thing that sort of catalyzes this synchronicity? Is like, do these wars as blood sacrifices like catalyze these they plan later on? Or like, there's so many, you could meditate on the infinite and just come up with infinite questions and infinite possibilities, but it becomes this thing, we got to do something about this if we really want to have a semblance to like truly get a better grasp on this stuff.
Yeah, and I'd like to think that this type of knowledge will reach enough people that, you know, whatever the New World Order has planned, they won't have the number of minions to do it. You know, I think that's a big part of this, is just awakening the right people and making sure that there's enough voices within, you know, whether it's police or military, that understand the repercussions of what their actions could be. So it's tough, man. I mean, we're in a dangerous spot in time right now where we still have the ability to inform the masses about what's going on through the internet, but I'm just concerned about our capability to do so in the future, and we're going to have to take things like, you know, gematria to the streets, and, you know...
I mean, that's where I really tell most people is like, if I'm like at a park or something, like hey, would you be interested in seeing some interesting things about learning about English and like things like that? It's like, I mean, and a lot of people, when you present sort of the organic side, at least around here, and I think it'll probably be more true than we realize. They actually take to it pretty well. Like, I mean, people would definitely find it interesting. Like, my roommate, who we used to work at the same job, he thinks it's probably more confirmation bias, but he wants to be like sensitive in the sense that he feels as though there's a spiritual aspect I believe in, which I do, but I don't have this like emotional attachment to it. It's like, oh, you just have to see God and have a person. It's just like, no, I feel like I'm seeing it mostly through the left brain. It's just, I mean, this stuff keeps happening. It's clearly, there's something greater going on here. It's not that like, I want you to believe to save your soul necessarily. I mean, there is something to be taught about there's people needing to save their souls in a sense of like doing the right thing. But it's more like, I just want people to like take a look and you'll see. I mean, my roommate's name is Nathan, which is short for Nathaniel. He's born in like on Capricorn. And so like Saturn, Nathaniel means gift from God, or technically gift from Saturn. So it's like he was a gift from Saturn from his parents, or gift from time. Maybe that might be a little less nefarious sounding. Like, because Saturn definitely, yeah, when you hear Saturn in these parts, it does not ring like good things. But that's the thing. There seems to be duality here, and so I don't take, oh, someone's a Capricorn, they can't trust it. It's like, that would be ludicrous. But it's interesting how you see these things come out, and and no, his middle name starts with L, so it's like Nathan L, because his full first name is Nathan. So not Nathaniel, but Nathan L.
Well, his full name might be Nathaniel, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. I asked him like,
Oh,
was it
okay.
Nathan or Nathaniel, and he said Nathan. So that was interesting.
All right,
And
Cliff. Well, hey, I'm just want to. I'm gonna look at wrapping up the stream here soon. I'm kind of
getting late over there, I know.
getting a little bit late. Not too late, but we're a little over 2 hours, so it's kind of the goal for the stream for now. You know.
No, one thing about the year of the cryptocurrency, Dan did a great job with this, and I really like Dan's like latest video where he points out that I know I talk a lot about the organic side to this and how you see synchronicities, but there certainly are people using this knowledge against us, and it was really good. And I liked his Bitcoin video about Bitcoin getting hyped on the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash. And you talk about cryptocurrency. When you say crypto, it isn't what it appears to be. And Trump, I mean, when you sort of look in Trump's background, his father, part of a Jewish only like organization or Jewish only fraternity, and he's not Jewish, but Trump has a Kabbalah teacher, and he's a crypto Jew.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the year of the cryptocurrencies, the year of the crypto Jew on the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash, Trump 88, and it's like, wow, haha, I get it, funny.
Yep. Yeah, I'm still trying to get a lot of people to see that though. Like the idea that some of these sexual harassment things are fake. Like people can't even seem to grasp it. Like it's so weird. But there's an agenda behind it, and you know, it's not depopulation, but it's certainly trying to encourage people from producing less is where this is headed. You know.
Exactly. I mean, it's the gender war psyop, feminism 88, Trump 88. We talked about that already. But they want to divide men and women. Like they're pushing that like so. It's so tiring. Oh man.
Yeah, I know. I have friends of mine, you know, that have bought into this whole like idea that you know there's no difference between gender, and it's like just stop and listen to yourself right there. You know, like, well, why do I have to assume the role of a man? Blah blah blah. It's just because that's how it's always been, and it's always worked, and we've been happy that way. Like, you know, my grandparents, my parents aren't unhappy because they didn't have all this technology to enjoy and all these surgeries to make themselves feel or look at how they feel. It's out of control where we're at. You got, I don't know. It's getting late. I'm going to say things that I probably shouldn't. So.
Yeah, gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah, this is definitely a folding period. So I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. Special thanks to Cliff for taking some time out of his evening and jumping aboard. And again, everybody check out his blog and bookmark that bad boy. Great things on there. So yeah, thanks to everyone. And I'll probably do another stream. I'll try for next weekend. I don't know how I'm going to schedule these things out. It's going to be a matter of, you know, the availability of other people and how much material I got to run through, and maybe just talk about some gematria next time. So, Cliff, any parting words?
I mean, I guess I'll say the same thing as I said on the militia intelligence report, but maybe like lighten it up with some esoteric things. If war is hell and the government is waging constant war against you, then your life is hell. We, as the children of God, should seek to end the satanic system and start building God's kingdom. And we know that there's this spiritual organic matrix, so try not to stress out so much about things. I think that's sort of like those who work towards the good of God, things work towards the good for all those called according to his purpose. So I think gematria is kind of a sign of that when you see the organic matrix and how things sort of fall in line. The good and the bad, the high moments and the low moments, but like peace, much love everyone, and keep searching for truth.
Thanks, Cliff. Those are great words. It is our responsibility, and you know, the people who are turning away from the knowledge and ignoring it, or the ones who are absorbing it but not sharing it, you know, that's kind of part of the problem that we're facing, and that's why we're in the mess we are. So what you said is spot on, man. It's our duty to try and end evil, and not enough people are taking that upon themselves. So, you know, it starts with spreading awareness, and then figuring out who exactly the culprits are and where to go from there. So once again, thanks everyone. Just dropped my email there in the chat. So it was a good time. Everyone have a great night, and we'll talk to you next time.